Okay, this is part 3 of that documentary. I stopped it now at 52 minutes. I still haven't heard the credit for James Lovelock. A lot of these scientists, are almost giving the impression that they're the originators of these ideas and these theories. So it's kind of weird that we're still ignoring. Might be imperfect, but I tell you, James Lovelock is the guy who set the stage, who opened the doors for this a lot more than most people. So you're talking about the nutrient cycle, and the answer that you're not talking about again here is that a lot of the nutrients are in your bodies. So maybe you can ask yourself how to more efficiently return these to the system, in a way that is humane. And the system will try to make it humane for you if you don't. But it kind of shows that you can't manage your own cells as a species. Can we count on scientists who avoid conflict or elitist status potential damage? And here's an example. Okay, so let's say there's a lake, and these scientists or grad students came up with a solution, and they're applying it, and you can see that it is a solution. But at the same time, they're observing the status quo happening around their industry, just people living their resident or tourism lives in a way that continues the tipping point approaching, right? Now, these scientists will not get into conflict mode. They don't have conflict resolution skills. They won't feel supported. They are totally okay with just feeling good about themselves and blocking the rest of what is, making their deeds of the day insignificant and counterproductive, because really they feel good about themselves. So it's not going to work. The lake's not going to be saved. So you guys are not talking about this stuff. So how can you reverse a tipping point if you're not talking about if a tiny percentage of you apply solutions but the rest is status quo? Then again, it's pretty much the insanity I'm talking about. So people, there's no other paradise for you to go to when you're dead or alive. So plus, the paradise was here. You evolved here at a time where you saw this stability arrive that was perfect, and you broke it. So any of your gods accepting you in another paradise when you're still not ready to accept you broke it, would be kind of the insane god that I would give a slap in the back of the head to. And same thing with extraterrestrials. How likely is it that you'd get help from extraterrestrials? And how likely is it that they wouldn't give you a slap in the back of the head and say you don't deserve to be saved? And again, there is no planet close enough that is even 1% as perfect as here is or was. So it's insane that you guys are still kind of pushing solutions into the next generation that you're giving birth to and overpopulating the planet with, and teaching less problem-solving skills and Earth system science and systems thinking skills to. You are freaking insane and cruel to your own kids. So what I've seen with heat, okay, we just had a heat wave, they call it. I didn't find it that hard, and I didn't panic. I'd been training myself for heat, in Uganda, dry heat, humid heat in Vietnam. I didn't find it that hard, but people were freaking out. I can't handle it. And they can handle it. They just can't handle slight discomfort. So they book hotel rooms. They have the AC on all the time. They're in their vehicles with the windows open and the AC on full blast, these big trucks. Okay, that's who you are, and you really believe. I'm in an eco-village kind of retreat kind of thing where we're talking about solutions, and I'm playing the role of a tree, and we're discussing the People-Primates screwing up this planet. And during that same weekend, the lady's neighbor in Sayward, I think it was, is chopping down trees, and she, that's his right, blah, blah, blah. And the fact that she would have been surprised if I decided to take her to court to get my money back for the hypocrisy of this course, that makes her feel good about herself and collect income so she can have this beautiful property and just be fake like these scientists on this show. You guys are freaking insane. So, by the way, the ozone layer, that they talked about here, the solution, I can really tell your denial as a species. I can really tell how you decided to write that history in a way to give you false hope, as if it's an example of what you can do in the future, or even what was done, because you don't understand how that particular thing might not have been as hard to solve as what you have now. And also, the year that you think that happens, I think you need to collect more data about what exactly happened, not just chemically with the ozone layer, but also with your social systems, because you're going to realize that, hey, we're giving ourselves way too big a pat on the back for this one. You guys are friggin' nuts. I got one more coming for you.